Alright, so welcome back to Baby Vulcan's Trains. Today I'm going to be trying to clean and restore this Lionel 264 steam locomotive. Its number is 2026 and I believe it was made between 1951 and 53. So I'm going to put power on the track and see what the condition is in. So the headlight is out. Let's hear the whistle. Whistle works, seems just the motor needs cleaning and fresh oiling. Does run, just seems like it needs good oiling and cleaning of the motor. Alright, so I got these on a temporary work table on an old tablecloth. There is no corrosion or rust on the wheels, which is very nice. Pickup rollers are good. So yeah, that just needs a good cleaning. Let's check the tender. Wheels are spinning. Pickup rollers need cleaning. I notice this front truck is a bit off. I'm going to have to take a look at that. First up, I'm going to take the shell off of the locomotive. And I will take a time lapse of that so you guys can see the process. Alright, so I took these two front screws out, and that seemed to loosen up the steam chest, but there's this pin that on my other locomotives I know should get out. But right there, there's no notch for the screwdriver going, and there's no notch right there. So I'm a bit confused how to get it out. So I got this service manual book by K-Line, and this is very useful. I would recommend getting some sort of book. But I'm going to take a look at this and try to get the shell off. Alright, so I open up to the page of the locomotive, and this pin I just found out is not a screw. It's just a pin that you can punch out with like a little screwdriver, sort of like a chisel. So I'm going to do that real quick to get the shell off. Alright, so got the shell off. I am definitely gonna take this with some Dawn dish soap and wipe it off. Yeah. But got the armature. Not armature, I'm stupid. Motor. Wow. Got the motor out. And let's see, could I take... Alright, so I remember testing this before and the smoke unit was not working, so first I'm gonna take a look at the smoke unit. Oh yeah. A little glove tap. There. like magic. Which, maybe, I don't know. It seems like it needs to be cleaned. So I'm gonna take this batting out. And this must have been replaced with a liquid one, because I'm pretty sure this was pellet type. Yeah, some old pellets and like the white stuff that you get from the pellets. I'm no expert on this, so I don't know all the technical names, but we'll see if that'll do. Well, I think I might have just found the problem why it wasn't working. Maybe it's the fact that the ground is not on the actual ground. That might help. Let me get my soldering iron plugged in. Alright, so soldering iron is plugged in, getting that heating up. Got the whole batting, but we know the issue for the smoke unit. So smoke unit is good. I can put that back on. Literally just need to solder it to that. That's a ground. No, I don't think. There probably is a way to get this off, but I don't feel like doing that right now. So the next, oh, I just noticed something. This is the puffer. It's not coming out. Alright, so I went and got my screwdriver. Guess I'm just gonna try to loosen it up. Oh yeah, that's working. Yep. I am gonna put a little lubricant on it and wipe it off. Got some Labelle 107. Just gonna apply a healthy amount, just so it will actually move. And don't want too much, so wipe the excess off. Apologize for my dog. He walked in here. Alright, look at that. Puffing like it's gonna puff. But that will certainly work well. Still getting a little stuck, so I'm just gonna apply a tiny bit more. Oh yeah. Alright. So we got all that settled. Alright. Smoke unit is good. Now I'm gonna take a look at the commutator. See how dirty that is. That screw is really in there. Alright, so I'm an idiot. I have not been recording, but what you missed is all I did. I took these two screws off, cleaned the commutator, oiled all the parts that need to be oiled, cleaned the brushes, got that cleaned. And that's basically all you missed while I was being an idiot. But now I'm on to the step where I'm trying to get this back cover off, and I'm gonna wipe this part off and clean it if I can get it off without stripping the screw. There, that one comes off. I'm just gonna try, see if that'll work. I don't know or think it will, but it'll never hurt to try. Yeah, that's not coming off. I don't feel like running out and getting WD-40 and then, or PB Black or some sort of lubricant and then destroying everything. So I'm kind of just gonna oil, boom. And that seems pretty good. So my soldering iron is heated up, so I'm now gonna solder the ground back onto there. Alright, so I got the smoke unit all soldered up, and let's see, what else should I have to do? I'm gonna need to clean all the gears, and yeah. Ooh, the E-unit. I'm an expert on E-units, and I'm not really gonna attempt the E-unit. I don't have that good of a knowledge to do an E-unit, and I don't have any extra bulbs. I checked, I don't have any, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. But other than that, I'm pretty sure all of this is done. Ooh, I just said this and I already forgot. I need to put a little bit of oil and grease on all these gears. And yeah, spin around. And that should be good. Put some oil on these drive rods because of steamers. You need to watch out for that. And do the exact same thing on the other side. Just put a little bit. And yeah, that's good. Next up, actually no, I'm incorrect. The next thing that we're going to do is take apart the tender. Tender, let's see. There are 4 screws on each corner, but I'm missing one in this corner, so I only have 3. So I'm going to take those. How did that get there? I'm going to take these 3, supposed to be 4, screws out. That's in there now. And final screw. There. 1. 2 and 3. I'll put those to the side of my parts tray, not tay, so I remember which is which. This is the whistle. I'm gonna blow into it. Very nice sound, but there's the shell. Pretty dirty. I'm gonna clean that up. So I'm going to take these screws off on the tender. Alright. Going to use one of these because these have a little tip at the end that spins, which makes it a lot easier get these screws out. This one. Get that one started with that, and then move to this one. So I can take it out fast. I just needed to like break it up because this has been sitting for like over 70 years. And first time being unscrewed in 70 years, sometimes the screws get a bit stuck. And I always wondered what they made these little plastic parts out of because they always look so cool in their marbly pattern. I know I'm pretty sure they made the ZW Transformers out of Bakelite. Let's see, is that free? Yeah. There we go. That's spinning okay. That's spinning better. Obviously, I'm going to clean the motor. Horn relay. That seems to be in a very, sorry, excuse me, very nice. Seems to all be working pretty well. So next, I'm going to pair of needle nose pliers. And I just realized you guys can't see this, but break up those. And actually, let me just get a socket for these. Alright, so got the right socket. It is 5/16, and I just put this little thing together. Didn't seem like I needed the entire socket wrench. Now it's much easier to just take these off, just like that. There we go. I already broke this one up. And there's those. I'm going to try to lift this up, which seems like there seems to be our issue. This wire attached to the coil of the motor that does not want to move because it's like half an inch big. There we go. It was under this washer, which was like glued to the frame. Obviously it wasn't, but it was like it was glued. There we go. And this wire can just pop right off, I hope. Ooh, there's a bit of corrosion on that. I'm gonna clean that off. There we go. There we go. Motor's not bad. Still pretty corroded though. So, not corroded. Wow. Dirty. Like, bunch of dirt in those holes. I extend the brush out. I just get in there. That seems to work. And instead of using like a toothpick, you could damage the coils, rip them. This is soft fibers, and I've been using that method, and I haven't ruined any coils, so it works. And then I always forget to bring it back down because it's always too long. So yeah, basically, boom, commutator. And then I'm just gonna brush fell out. Wipe all that down. You take the brush down anyway. Wipe this part down. Healthy amount of oil on there. A little bit on there. I'm gonna wipe most of that off. Where did the other brush go? Here we go. So the brushes on like most whistle tenders, the springs are, there's a thinner end and there's the thicker end. And the thinner end, the spring goes on it, so the springs are set, like friction fit onto the brushes, and that's how those get the pressure onto the commutator. So I'm gonna do these brushes, they're pretty clean. I just have to wipe off this top part, which is pretty dirty. Now I have too little out. Can never get the perfect amount. Basically just take your fiberglass pencil, just brush that top part, paper towel, cloth, any sort of thing that you can wipe it on, and it's pretty good. And then what you do, you put that back in there, make sure it's in. Now I'm going to repeat that same process to this. Oh, and the spring came out accidentally. Don't want to lose that. That's a good example to show how a spring's going. But so, let me pull it out with my pliers. So there's that thicker end and the thinner end. That's the thicker end right there, that's the thinner end. That spring sits right in that little groove. Oops. Just like that, I feel going. Let's see. Can't present it. There we go. Need to twist it around a bit. So there. Now we got the brush. So you put those brushes back in their little holes. That's good. And then I do not believe I just managed to do that. Oh wow, I just did that. I didn't think I would actually be able to put the brushes in like that. Pretty sure I didn't. Yep, I didn't. Yeah. I'm not that good. I need to make sure the armature doesn't fall out and the brushes don't fall out. And I won't be able to get this on camera. But if you do it right, it should look like this. These little pegs on these sides should be sitting flush with this plate. Which I don't know what it's made of. It kind of looks like circuit board, like what circuit boards are made of, but I know it's not. Those were not a thing in the 50s, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Was not alive then. Almost forgot about that. Needed to put this little wire from the coil, and I needed to wrap it around. That was my dog. He's had a very rough day sleeping. And just put it on that post. And then you put the washer on it so it stays on. And then you put the nut. And that seems like that's pretty good. So, oh yeah, should probably add, that's a little thing right here, that a little piece of felt that you can put the oil on, so automatically feed the oil into the little post right there, which was completely dried out. So now that's oiled up and spinning a whole lot better. And I just remembered I forgot to put this little clip onto the post, so I need to undo that and put that back on, but that's not too difficult. Oh, well, never mind. Thought that got stuck in there, but it didn't. I don't know if anyone heard that, but my dog just sighed again. He had a very rough day, literally doing nothing. Then, put her back together. You just put those two on there. And you take your screws. And try to get them in. And then just screw them back in. If you can. Just like that. Then this other screw in. You guys probably can't see this. I'm a very bad videographer. But screws in. And I'm just gonna put a little dab of oil on these. There's another same thing over here. So then those can, and test, make sure I put it back on, and all you do is just put your mouth around that and blow. Alright, so that is working good. Now I'm gonna go on the other side, underside, and you just wanna put some oil in the wheels so they can slide easy, move. These ones, they had each wheel move separately. Oh yeah, and then right on the sides of your middle rail pickup, put some oil on those, spin everything. That spins good. What? That is your clean and serviced tender. The next step to cleaning these, I'm going to take these over, and I have a detailing brush, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some Dawn dish soap in some water, and you just scrub away, and make sure to dry it after, or else metal plus water equals rust, and that's not usually very fun. So I'm just going to do that to both of these, and I'll bring them back here and we'll put it all together and we'll see how she runs. Alright, so I got the shells at my sink, and I got some Dawn dish soap right here. Can't really see, oh, there we go. And this automotive detailing brush, which I found was the best brush to use. I don't know where you can get them, but I had a few of them laying around, some extras that I don't use, and it works very well. So get a little bit of that, put some dish soap on the brush, and you just want to mix the soap in, and there you go. So now you're ready. We'll start with the tender. So I got the tender. All I'm going to do, I'm going to wet it down, everything wet. Take my brush and just go on these circular motions, like especially in this coal load, because that's where like all the dust, dirt, grime, all of that gets stuck in there. So like do a bunch of circular motions right there. And sorry for this lighting, it's horrible. Do some of it right in that little spot right there, and on all the details. And I know when you're doing this, you're like, what if all like this, like the letters get off? I've done a bunch of tests. Definitely be cautious. Don't like scrub like really aggressive. But if you scrub like medium, they won't come off. I've never had these letters on the tender, or let me turn that off, number boards on locomotives. I've never had any of them come out doing this strategy. So after you get it all soap, you turn on your water and you just rinse away. And after that, you should have a good looking tender. And I'm going to do that exact same thing to the shell. And after that, we're going to put them all together. And while doing the shell, do be cautious. On some of them, they have this old sticker, like original sticker from the factory. Make sure not to scrub in that area, or else the sticker will come off. If you want the sticker off, scrub away. But if you want to keep that original sticker, make sure not to scrub too hard right there. Alright, so I got the shell clean. Let's go back to the workbench and put it all together. Alright, so I did lie. I went back to the workbench and realized I forgot about the steam chest. So I went over, and there was 2 screws right here that was holding on that assembly with the light. I unscrewed that and it came right off, so now there's no electronics and this is safe to clean. When we get back to the bench, I'll show you where those screws are. Alright, and to dry off the shells, forgot to mention this, use a hair dryer or compressed air. For the hair dryer, use low to medium heat. Don't go really hot. It could like maybe warp the shell or do something with the lettering. Or you can use some compressed air. I found both ways work really good. I'm going to dry these off and we'll put the locomotive back together. Alright, so just finished up washing the shells, Aside from these scratches, which are just from wear and tear from over the years, the shells look like brand new right out of the factory in 1950, especially the tender shell. Looks really nice. And the steam chest turned out well too. But these were the two screws, they were right there. And this little plate came out. So, I am now just gonna put everything back together and we'll test it on the track. Alright, so I got the 2026 back on the track with the clean shells. And alright, seems like the light does not work, which I expected. And let's hear the whistle. Sounds good. Let's see how the cleaning deal with the motor. Oh, it moves so much better. Before it would move when I was up to about 15 watts of power, and now it's moving when I go to 8 or 10, so definitely lubricated, and I would say this was a very successful restoration. Alright, so right here I got the tender from the Lionel 610, that's the locomotive, but this is the tender for it. I feel it best, like, it was a good comparison for the one we just serviced. So we'll put that one to the side and we'll bring the one we just serviced in. The black looks really nice, but the part that you can see, like, all the dust and dirt over there, well, this one it's completely black and just looks a lot nicer. And up here in the front, no dust. In the back too. But now I'm going to move on and I'm going to compare the locomotive to an identical locomotive. Alright, so this is the Lionel 2037. This is the exact same model as the one we just serviced, except this one is different number board, and it has magnet traction. But other than that, it's the exact same shell, same everything. So if we take a look, you can just see how much better this one looks compared to that one. So it has a lot more dust. If it would focus like there, compared to that, it's like no dust. And the black is just a clear black, when that one has like, it has more scratches, but like all the dust and stuff. But overall, focus, there we go. I think this is a great service / repair, so please leave a like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching.